Hey guys, it's LSuperSonicQ. Welcome to the LSSQCast for Saturday, May 6, 2017. As always, we record live every Saturday night at 7 p.m. EST right here on my channel. So, yeah, we got quite a few topics to talk about this week. Some very interesting things. Mostly, I don't want to say mostly collectibles, but there's some lost media too. Not really any game things, actually. But sorry about the huge delay. Like every single time we go to stream, I always try and like start the setup for them earlier and earlier every week. Like I started setting up at 6:30, yet somehow we still weren't able to like pull everything together and start on time. So I guess if we need to, we can go a little bit later than normal, like 15-20 minutes, because we didn't start on time. But just like last week, I got Pat Mac and Mario 64646464 with me, and we're going to talk about all kinds of stuff. So what's up, guys? How are you doing tonight?
I'm feeling pretty all right, I guess. I've been working on a new video for like the past 6 hours, but that's how my Saturdays usually go.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah, so off the top of my head, I just want to shout out to the chat. If you guys ask questions or anything, we'll probably take questions as like the very last thing we do after all the topics. That's kind of the way that we run the streams now. So if you have something to say to us and we ignore it, it's because we're going to save it for the end of the stream. But Pat Mac kind of, I guess, started a good way to kind of start with the stream instead of jumping right into the hard-hitting topics like plush toys, as we always do, and other things. New videos. So that's always a thing we do, is new videos. We can talk about some upcoming videos, some recent releases and things like that. So Pat Mac mentioned some stuff he's been working on. So care to give us any details on that, Pat Mac?
Sure. Well, right. I mentioned last week that I'm working on a Kirby plush review for the Cine 25th anniversary stuff. I'm still working on that. The audio is done, so now I'm just, actually editing the video. And then after that, I'm going to make my Cine Sonic video, which is going to be like 5 days long. So I don't know when that's coming out, but it's going to happen eventually. And it might be worth the wait. I don't know. I doubt many people will actually watch the whole video because it's going to be so long. Maybe I'll find a way to condense it, but I don't know. That's pretty much all I've been doing in terms of videos, at least.
Mario? Any new videos in the pipeline?
Actually, no, nothing at all.
Oh man,
we
know you have stuff going on with your new series.
Yeah, I'm still working on that. I'm fixing up grammar and all that, and like apostrophes and all that.
Wait, what? Grammar?
Wait, for your script you're doing
Yeah,
that?
the script.
You can just fix that while you're recording.
Yeah, but I like reading it directly.
Speaking of recording, I think this should be coming through on this stream pretty well, but I'm using a different microphone now. I'm actually using the microphone that I use to record videos with. I don't know if it sounds any better than the one I was using last week, which sounded pretty bad, but yeah, I'm using this now.
Yeah, and all the other streams before that, you sound like you were dying.
Wow. Well,
yeah.
LSuperSonicQ, Mr. 8,000 subscribers. What are the new videos that you're working on?
Yeah, so
because you now that you're so popular and so famous, you have a team behind all of your videos, so you're gonna get them out like every day, right?
Yes, it's still a team of one, and that's me. But I do think I have been keeping a pretty good upload schedule, so there definitely will be a new mystery video this week. And I originally wasn't planning on doing a mystery video, but I was thinking about some topics that people had actually suggested to me, like viewer-suggested topics, and I liked them so much that I think it would be a missed opportunity not to do a video on them. So I don't want to talk about what they are now, but they're really, really good topics. I guess to kind of give a hint, one is a really popular Cartoon Network show, and the other one is kind of a, I want to say like a Kappa Mikey kind of situation where there is an adult themed version of a kid's show. So those are the two topics that I'm going to be working on for the next couple weeks. I'm not sure which one's going to be out this week. Probably whichever contacts get back to me first. But briefly talking about me and my friends, a lot of you guys really liked that video, and that was really cool because when I was making it, I wasn't quite sure if people were going to like it because, oh, it's the Backyardigans, it's, you know, it's a little kids show and stuff. But the comments have been really good. It has more views than a lot of the mystery videos already. And it gained views faster than any of the other mystery videos. So all around, huge success. And I think someone actually mentioned something about a Wonder Pets pilot, which I briefly looked into and couldn't find much on it. So that would be a good mystery video. And since people like the kids stuff, I wouldn't mind doing some more kids stuff in the future. But yeah, I think that's what's going down right now. Is we're gonna keep rocking the cartoon pilots and stuff, which I'm pretty sure a couple weeks ago I'm like, oh yeah, guys, I don't want to do cartoon pilots and stuff like that, because we talked about how certain videos that we do. Like Pat Mac and myself, we stick to a certain formula, like his lookbacks. You know, there's the introduction to the set, and then he goes down every single plush and talks about the details of it and the price and rarity and things like that. And then my videos, the beginning is always like, oh guys, lost media is a thing. And also Cartoon Network lost media is a thing. And then this show that everyone watched has a lost thing to it. And then I contacted people. Like, that's the set formula. But I think these topics are really cool and interesting. So maybe after that I won't do any more, because I have had other videos that weren't just like lost pilot things. Like, I have other videos that I want to do, and I've done other research on other topics for things, but they haven't really been worked on a whole lot. And the pilots are really hot right now, so I should give the people what they want, especially since I have good ideas to back that up. So yeah, new video this week, and I guess that's that with me.
All right, I missed all of that. What were you talking about?
Nice. Pretty much just new video this week. And
Okay.
And I dropped some hints as to what it might be.
Wow.
Yeah, you have to go back and play it back to hear the.
Dang. All right.
But I guess, I mean, with that said, that kind of right, good start. Videos, recent videos, upcoming videos.
Yes.
All right, so let's jump right into the topics. And actually, since I kind of just was mentioning lost media, our first topic was actually JBVO, which is a lost media kind of interest. So really quick, guys, people who don't know stuff about JBVO, it was a quote-unquote a live call-in show that ran on Cartoon Network for about a year. Johnny Bravo was the host. The whole point of the show was to interact with a cartoon character, and he played viewer requests. Well, apparently some kid called in asking for Dragon Ball Z, and it was too long of a show, so Johnny fast-forwarded it and gave it his own commentary. And I've had that video about that for a few months, I think, on the, no, not even a few months, like maybe 1 month or something on the channel, discussing, you know, that lost Dragon Ball Z thing. And what happened just this week is, I believe the name was Captain Bizarre. He was going through his old VHS tapes for, like, you know, I guess no reason, and he found a clip of JBVO Dragon Ball Z. That's huge for two reasons. One is that we can prove it exists, because before that, we couldn't prove it existed at all. It had just been claims online, and you know how claims online go. Anyone can say anything. So, you know, this gives us actual proof that it exists. The second thing that it does, though, is it also shows that JBVO content is out there, because JBVO ran for a whole year on Sundays. If we assume that it had one episode every Sunday for a year, I calculated it in the video, it would have been about 60 episodes. And so far, we've only seen 1.5 episodes from the entirety of the series. So most of it is lost. But if this really obscure, really, you know, small Dragon Ball Z clip was confirmed to exist and someone actually found it on a VHS tape, that goes to show that more episodes and more content of JBVO is out there. And all you guys have to do is just search your VHS tapes for it, because that's how it's going to get found. So what do you guys think about this new discovery?
Well, like, that's so insane that your video helped to get found, right? Because the guy saw your video and then checked his VHS tapes and found it. Like, what are the odds?
Yeah, it was exactly that.
What are the odds of that happening? That's insane.
Yeah, when you point it out like that, yeah, it is pretty weird to think about that my video can have such a broad outreach.
The one guy who had a tape of it saw your video. Like, what the heck? Small world, man. Like, wow.
Yeah, I guess it is, because I guess this isn't really an update, but like the Kappa Mikey video, there's been some stuff in regards to that. So that's another kind of example of things that are looking bright for, a lost media topic that I covered in my video. So it's kind of weird too. You think about it. What JBVO and Mikey, they have less than 20,000 views, and in 20,000 views, you can get things found. That's kind of crazy, because I'm not a big channel by any means. There are much bigger YouTube channels that cover lost media and lost things than I am. But it's pretty cool that given my my dedicated fan base and my presence on Lost Media Wiki, that I actually can do stuff like this and give credit to my Lost Media name, and I guess as a content creator in general. So that is pretty cool. Yeah. I do want to point out, though, just kind of to dwell on the clip itself. It seems like, from what I gather, because I haven't really talked to him about what exactly it was from, because it's a clip. So it's the DBZ thing was supposed to be like a whole long part of a real JBVO episode, and this didn't look like it was a full episode to me.
Actually. Wait, so it's been a few days since I saw the clip, but doesn't it go, like, there's like 5 seconds of DBZ and then it goes to something else, right? But
yeah,
it's something else that's still JBVO.
Yeah.
That's weird, because I thought it was DBZ, but then like he recorded over it. But it just goes to something else that's JBV. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, maybe it wasn't a full episode then. Or maybe this was some sort of recap of like a like a recap of JBVO that they aired or something.
That could
showing
be
like 5 seconds of like every episode.
Yeah.
Well, that wouldn't make sense, because Johnny only commentated, like he narrated only the DBZ episode, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's weird. Okay, well, I can't even begin to imagine what that's about.
Because the thing that is even more confusing is that like right before, for like literally milliseconds, actually you might not even be able to see it in the video, you might have to like click the video, like when it's like, I'm trying to think how to like when you like link a video, how you got to like click it to play it, and there's like there's like the initial screen you see before you click it.
Yeah, I see it. I'm on the video right now.
Yeah, there's like a Comedy Central bit right before the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's I
imagine. Okay, well, like I said, I imagine this guy recorded over it, and that's where that comes from. Like, this is probably a really old and like poorly maintained VHS that just so happens to have 5 seconds of JBVO DBZ.
I guess so, yeah, because it doesn't really, even if it was an ad, it wouldn't really make sense, because if it was a commercial or something, it would have started with like a JBVO title card or something. It wouldn't have just jumped to a Dragon Ball Z thing. So
yeah, well, it says requested by and then the name of the person who requested it. So I don't know. There's a lot of theories you can make about this. Because maybe did the DBZ episode last the entire episode, or the segment of JBVO the day it aired?
What do you mean?
Oh, wait. So it was a fast-forwarded Dragon Ball Z episode, right?
Yeah.
That they played, so it wasn't a half hour.
No.
Okay, well, maybe... so they aired the episode, and then they aired... Well, you can see, like, what? What's the other clip?
Bugs Bunny, I think.
Yeah. So maybe they aired the Dragon Ball Z clip first, and then they had like the Bugs Bunny cartoon, and then this was the end segment showcasing everything they had played. And it says requested by because it shows like the names of who requested it.
Oh, right. That would maybe make sense. I haven't really watched the episodes of JBVO that are on YouTube already. I haven't really watched those all the way through, so I don't really know if that's something they did in the show. But at the same time, I imagine at some point, because we still don't really know when it aired, right? Because there was no like air date or anything with it.
Yeah, no.
So I imagine at some point anyway, they could have changed the format of JBVO, and maybe like with the clips that are on YouTube of the full episodes already, they might not do recaps in those, but maybe in the full episode that the DBZ thing happened in, they did do a recap at the end. Maybe they changed it up. So I guess there's really no way we're going to be able to tell completely. Maybe I should talk to the guy though, because I thanked him for posting it, but I never really asked him super in depth, like, oh yeah, like what is this from? Like, you know, what do you remember about like recording this?
Yeah, because since he recorded it, that means he probably would have seen it. So he probably would be able to say more stuff about it.
Yeah, at least more so than people who just remember it vaguely can tell about it. So yeah, I thought that was a pretty good find, I would say, because really good for Lost Media this week, especially since, I mean, generally speaking, Lost Media is usually slow as we usually say every week. Like usually not a lot happens. So to find that, I thought it was really cool.
Was this the only JBVO like thing that he had? Was this clip? And that was it? Because he uploaded it as like, oh, Dragon Ball Z, whoa. But did he have more? Like, what if he had more of the episode?
Yeah, I actually don't know. I guess I really should get on asking him this.
Yeah, contact him.
Because I mean, yeah, he's on Lost Media Wiki. He posted on the thread I made, and like I could just comment on his video, whatever. So, yeah, that would be doable. Because I guess when he first posted, I didn't really think of, you know, I was so like hyped that it even existed, and that there it was like, oh, like, there it is, like bam, victory, but not quite a victory. Because yeah, we got to get more information on what else. Because he could have a whole VHS collection that has literally every JBVO episode.
Actually, the description says, so I found this random 5-second clip on a VHS recording of Cartoon Network circa summer 2001. The clip features summer 2001, so it aired during summer. The clip features footage of Johnny Bravo supposedly riffing footage of an episode of Dragon Ball Z from the Namek saga, with the footage and sound being sped up in the background. Yeah, so I guess he knows more, but this is all he has.
Huh. Well, actually, I didn't catch the summer 2001 when I first saw it. I guess I just totally missed the description. That's interesting, because it would have had to have been, if it was summer, I guess it would have had to have been like May, because JBVO ended in May like 2nd, 2001. So I guess it would have had to have been around the end of the show as a whole.
Huh. Oh, this just opens up more questions then. And great, we have footage, but so it exists, but we need to know. Like, we don't know anything else about it.
Yeah, which episode is it? Dragon Ball.
We could probably easily figure that out.
Yeah, I'm not the Dragon Ball Z buff, so Mario, like you've seen it, right? You could probably.
Yeah, I would have to like rewatch some of the like higher number of the episodes to find it.
Because I thought it was pretty early on in the DBZ series.
Oh yeah, the original like DBZ, because like there's Kai, and it usually takes out like all the filler. But the like original episodes, there's more episodes than there were for Kai, so it's like a lot more to go through. I think I think the episode number is like in the 80s, so I would have to like probably watch all the episodes in the 80s.
Huh. Well, has anyone posted this onto like a Dragon Ball Z fan forum or something? Because I'm sure they could easily detect it.
I haven't checked.
Someone should get on that.
I'm assuming they didn't because like it took me to make a thread on Lost Media Wiki, and I thought people would have kind of picked it up.
Well, I'm meaning this specific video, so no one's like spread this around. Well, it only has 1,700 views.
Oh well, no, that's what I'm saying. Is like I had to post the video on Lost Media. Like I'm surprised that no one, because I saw Captain Bizarre on Lost Media Wiki, so I'm surprised that like no, and he posted it actually in the little Shout Mix chat box on the site. So I'm surprised that no one really clicked it and was like, oh, what's this? And like, you know, like I had to do it. I had to make a thread myself. So it must just be so obscure that no one's really, you know, thinking about it like that.
Huh. Well.
Yeah, but I guess that kind of does it. It does raise a lot more questions, but at least we were able to prove its existence, which is really cool. Maybe someday, if it is a full episode, we can get the full episode. And now I'm thinking about that. Like, no, it had to have been a recap because like there's no way they would have just done a really short like 5-second. Like Johnny wouldn't.
Or it's just a damaged VHS tape and it just skips around.
Yeah.
Well, I just rewatched it, and when it goes into the next clip before Bugs Bunny, the name stays on the screen. So, can the same person call in more than once, or did like the name just not change yet when it went to the next section?
It's a different name.
Yeah, I thought Jennifer was
it's Jennifer for DBZ and then Jordan for the Bugs Bunny cartoon. I should
that's what
link this in the chat so people know what we're talking about.
Yeah, you can link that.
I don't know how much longer we're going to be talking about it though. But
I think for the most part though that does kind of do it. I think we covered pretty much all there is to cover on it.
Yeah, we could probably speculate more, but like that it'd just be that speculation.
Yeah. I think the bottom line though, as I kind of said earlier, is if you guys have VHS tapes out there that you think you recorded Cartoon Network stuff on, like early Cartoon Network stuff, look, because it's not just the DBZ stuff we're looking for, it's all of JBVO, because like 99% of the series is lost. So that'd be really cool to just get more things. And actually, okay, I haven't really looked into this. It could very well be a troll. I'm not quite sure. But I got a comment today on the JBVO video about someone claiming, I don't remember exactly the comment, that like JBVO showed the Aqua Teen Hunger Force pilot or something. Someone requested that. And they said it was like at 5 a.m., which I believe back during that time, Cartoon Network ran really late into the night. I don't know exactly the specifics. Maybe that's total BS. But regardless, that got me thinking, what if there are other like DBZ type things that happen in other JBVO episodes that we just don't even know about, that we just, you know, are more insignificant than the Dragon Ball Z thing that people just totally forgot about? Like, what if instead of Johnny hosting 1 week, I don't know, like Dexter hosted 1 week? Like that would be pretty big for like, you know, for like in regards to something like JBVO, you know, like they had a different host. So that stuff would just make
sense, like ratings wise, to switch it up like that. So maybe they did do a special or something.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's
just completely gone now. Were this ever like, were there listings for this, like TV guides that say JBVO? Have we ever looked into that?
I don't know. Like, I know TV.com is a really bad site, but I don't even think there is a TV.com listing for JBVO. I from what I've seen in passing, it's pretty much non-existent aside from like the Lost Media Wiki articles and stuff. It's not a very big topic, and I don't think a lot of people remember it, which is why there aren't, you know, like discussions and stuff about it. But I guess within time, as you know, most Lost Media things go, we'll see what it holds. But with that said, I kind of want to go to. You want to move on to the plush topics now?
Oh man, yeah, sure.
Oh boy.
Well, okay. I mean, let's start with the soap Sonics, because there were two kind of, I think there were two.
There were 3. There were a lot, right? Yeah, there were 3. There were 3.
3.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So explain what you were gonna say with 2.
I was gonna say there were 2 events that happened with them this week.
No, there was 3. Remember last night, LSuperSonicQ?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. So I think we should start with the PSA eBay one.
Okay.
You
want to explain it or?
Oh, do you want or
Okay, no, I can do it. Okay, so on eBay a few days ago, someone in China, some random account, more on that later, listed a Soap Shoes Sonic Adventure 2 plush, and that was it. That was the title of it. Then there were pictures that look real of the Soap Shoes Sonic plush, and the description only said Soap Shoes Sonic plush or whatever. It was just a copy paste of the title, and it the price that it was listed for was what? $24 free shipping. So your first instinct would be like, what the heck? Oh my gosh, it's Soap Sonic for $24. I'm gonna buy this right now. But there was a recent eBay auction for Soap Sonic that happened a few weeks ago, maybe a week or 2 ago, and it ended at like $200. And the pictures are the same ones that were on the Chinese seller. So I looked into the account, and they had 0 feedback. They only had 1 other listing, and it was for some random like ATV or something. And so there was no correlation there. So it was super sketchy, and it was just completely fake. There was some random fake Soap Sonic listing that went up on eBay a few days ago. That happened. So I guess be on the lookout for fake eBay listings for Soap Sonic from now on.
yeah, because something kind of slightly similar happened to me as well. I was looking for something on Amazon, and I was getting a lot of results from China, like cheap results from China. And I'm like, oh, this is great. Like, oh, this is exactly what I'm looking for, or whatever. But I thought it was a little fishy because like they were all from China and they all had like 0 feedback or like 3 feedback. So I looked into it, and I guess last year on Amazon, like last holiday season, there actually was a pretty big issue, like so big that it was brought up in the Amazon community, of fake accounts from China listing things. So this definitely stands as an example for you guys to watch out for, where I guess not even just Soap Sonic plushes, but like any desired it is really strange that, you know, a Soap Sonic plush, like I don't know, that seems like really like obscure for someone to like make a fake listing for.
Yeah, like how did they find it? Because that was it. It was just was some guy in China just thinking, oh, I'm gonna pull this prank on Sonic collectors? And it's not like it was $50 or anything. It was only $24. So maybe it was just by chance that it happened. Like it was some bot that just picked a random listing and it just so happened to be Soap Sonic. Maybe this is a bigger issue than we know, and it's only now affecting like Sonic merchandise. And this is the first case of a fake Sonic merchandise listing. Like maybe if you search other topics or if you search other things, you'll find other Chinese or anywhere fake sellers that just like find any random listing and then duplicate them for a much cheaper price. Like maybe this is just a big issue with eBay, and it just so happened to have happened to Soap Shoes Sonic.
That's a really good point, because yeah, we haven't really seen it before, and we never really talked about it or noticed it. So this could be a new thing that's starting up. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if we see, dare I say, you guys know how high the prices for Mario Party 5 Luigi's get. I mean, honestly, you know, if it happened with a Soap Sonic that's desired and, you know, they go for a lot of money, could that start happening with Mario Party 5 Luigi's? Could we see Chinese accounts with them for $20? And the harm in this is that if you buy this and stuff, like, I mean, I don't know how eBay works, how you're protected as a buyer, but it's going to be really hard to get your money back, because if this is a fake account, you can't just message them and say like, oh yeah, can I cancel that order? Or, oh yeah, give me my money back. I don't want, like, you know, whatever. Like if it's a fake account, there's going to be no customer service.
I don't think you can do that on eBay, or not easily at least. With Amazon, you can just go to customer service and demand your money back, and they basically always give it to you. There was this one time where I ordered a Sword Kirby plush off of Amazon Warehouse Deals, which is like a subsection of Amazon, and I got it, and it was a Toon Link plush. So yeah, good job, guys. I guess they must yeah, because Sword Kirby kind of looks like Link. I get it, but like obviously I got the wrong plush. So I just I messaged customer support and I got my money back. So that was fine. But I don't think if that was to happen on eBay, I don't think you'd be able to actually get your money back easily. And with a fake seller, that's even worse. Like you just won't be able to get a refund probably.
Yeah, you'd pretty much just be totally screwed.
That's how they get you. Like that's their goal.
Yeah, that's the purpose of it. Yeah, is to take your money and then run.
Yeah.
So
dang, well that's too bad. Hopefully that doesn't happen with SoapSonic regularly. That'd be quite bad.
For the most part though, it's pretty easy to tell, like, you know, if the price is too good to be true and they have no feedback. I mean, I've heard in general that sellers with no feedback and stuff, like, you should be suspicious of that to begin with. So combine that with like the price and, like, you know, the China free shipping, you know, all that kind of stuff. It's a lot of red flags. But that's not the only SoapSonic discussion to be had this week. So what was the next one?
The next one isn't that bad. On our favorite website, Yahoo Japan Auctions, there was a SoapSonic that was a buy it now, or buyout as it's known on Yahoo Japan. It was only $80. It was $80 US. So like 90,000 yen, I think. Like the
9,
conversion. Okay, yeah. No, it wasn't $900. It was, yeah, okay. But it was pretty used, but it was listed as Sonic Adventure 2 plush. So I'm pretty sure it was a used one of the first print of the Soap Shoe Sonic plush, like the one with the Sonic Adventure 2 tag. So I guess that counts for something, but it didn't have a tag, and its touch tag was really it was like non-existent, essentially. There was no writing on it. It was really faded. And then the plush itself looked kind of used. The shoes looked fine, actually. They weren't cracking or anything. But the plush itself, it looked pretty used. You could understand why it was only $80. But yeah, that's not really a bad thing. It just kind of happened. It's just an interesting discussion point. I guess we could have bought it, but it was really used. If you saw it, you would think twice about getting it, even for such a great price.
Yeah, I think kind of the, I guess, like, not so much the lesson, but like, we've been seeing quite a few on Yahoo Japan Auctions, and they really don't go for that much. So we were kind of hoping.
It's not. I've realized it's not uncommon. Well, no, it is uncommon. It's not like super rare, actually. SoapSonic isn't. This is controversial, but SoapSonic isn't that rare, actually. Technically speaking, in Japan at least, because they manufactured so many. Like I may be researching this for a video. Spoilers, but they manufactured SoapSonic so many times over the years, and he's been available at so many events. And we're talking events where you get SoapSonic for free just by showing up to the event. So he's been like distributed so many times. If you're in Japan, you can probably get SoapSonic fairly easily if you know where to look. It's just that, you know, in America where we are, it's kind of like, it's a lot harder because they're a lot more desired here because there's no Sega America event that distributes SoapSonics. They should get on that. That'd be really cool. If they did something similar to the 25th anniversary party again, and they were just like, hey, Sonic Adventure 2 is 16 years old, but whatever, let's give out this SoapSonic plush. We have so many of them. Because if you remember at the Sonic Cafe, they had, what, like 40 SoapSonics on display at the cafe? So, like, yeah, they have these just lying around. So it can't be that rare. Or that sounds really, like, that's very incorrect. It can't be, I don't know what the correct word, but they're out there, I guess. SoapSonics are out there, and you can find one if you know where to look. It's just like, you just have to get really lucky to find one, I guess. But yeah, there was one on, like we said, there was one for $80 on Yahoo Japan Auctions. So, you know, that's not a bad price. So I don't know where I'm going with this. Someone else talk.
I guess the speculation we're kind of putting on this is that hopefully, as more sellers list more SoapSonic plushes, because we've seen SoapSonic plushes be listed pretty frequently for the past few months, as more people list them, you know, naturally, I guess the demand is probably still there, but, like, you know, it's not like an event like when a Mario RPG plush goes on for auction on Yahoo Japan. That's an event because who knows when the next one's going to show up and stuff. But with Soapsonic, another one will probably show up in another couple of months. So hopefully, as we, progress through the coming months, more will be available and they won't be listed for as much. Because if I remember correctly, if you go through the past listings on Yahoo Japan, one of like the earliest ones that I can think of, which was like early March, I think. Granted, it was tagged and stuff, but that sold for like $200 US. And now, I know this one wasn't used shape and stuff, and it wasn't tagged, but $80. So 200 versus 80, the price is kind of coming down. And in between those two, there have been some other ones that were in different degrees of use and stuff, which went for between 80 and 200. So hopefully we'll be seeing a decrease soon, because it's a really nice plush, and lots of people would like one, including all three of us. But speaking of cheap soap plushes,
I think you should handle this one, LSuperSonicQ.
Yeah. So all right, good story.
Well, actually, to begin this, I forget the guy's name, but someone linked this to me on Twitter, so that's how we found it.
Oh,
But
someone linked it to
continue
you? I didn't even know
Yeah.
that. But
They linked it, and then they said like for you or something, like here's a gift for you. So like, hey, thanks, guy, but
yeah.
go explain it.
So the thing with the Soapsonic plush is that there's a Japanese website. I forget what it's called. It begins with an S. It's like Surgyuya or something like that. Whatever. And we've been on it before, and we've been trolled by them before, thinking things are in stock and they're not and stuff. But we found a Soapsonic plush last night for 100 yen. That's like less than $1. And we flipped out because we're like, oh man, like a less than $1 Soapsonic plush. Like this is the chance. This is the chance to get one. Like we're not going to get another chance. This is the one. So after flipping out and stuff, we tried to like add it to the cart. Like, how do we check out and stuff? And I'm like, oh man, I'll just use my proxy. So I dropped the link into my proxy, and it's like, this website is for like the site to purchase goods from you. You can't buy from them. And we're like, what? Like, what does that mean? Like, and that happened before. I remember we were looking for like Mario Party 5 Luigi's or Santa Amy's or something, and that same thing happened. But the difference last time is that like there wasn't a price, and the site looked different. And now there was a price, there was a cart button, and the site looked different than how I remember it, back a few months ago. So we're like, what the heck? Why can't we order it? And turns out we were indeed on the site buying things from you version and not the consumer buying stuff from the site version. So effectively what they're telling you is they will buy your Soap Shoe Sonic plush for 100 yen, which aside from the fact that it's just really like, whoa, yeah, okay, 100 yen, like, wow, that's a pretty big markup, what they could sell it for. That's also really sad that we missed out on that $100 Soap Sonic because we can't actually buy it, even though the site interface looks different than how we remembered it.
Yeah.
And they had some other pretty good stuff on the site too. They had $40 Fighter Sonic.
Yeah. And like 900 yen Mario Party 5 Luigi.
Yeah.
And wasn't there like a villager girl with like a stop sign or something?
Oh, there were tons of rare Animal Crossing plushes for really cheap too. It was the site. Basically, all of this is just an archive of all the stuff that the site or the store has had. So at one point, maybe they did have a 100 yen Soap Sonic, or it was probably, I don't know. But essentially, the site just archives everything that they've had. So if you search like Sonic plush or Mario plush or Kirby plush or anything, some pretty pretty great results come up because there's a lot of rare stuff for really cheap that shows up. So that's a fun site to scroll through, I guess.
Yeah, if you want some hard rip, you can go on that site. And it's funny too, because we went to the buying part of the site and we found some stuff, and I was actually pretty blown away with their markup on some of the plushes.
Oh yeah, they had
Fang,
yeah.
Fighter's Fang was like like $430 or something around there.
With conversion to be a little less, but around there.
Yeah, and like there was one that went on Yahoo Japan pretty recently for I think 130. So like, man, like nothing really great about that site except the fact that you can see some pretty cool pictures of stuff that you won't be able to get for that cheap unless you get really lucky. So and that was the trilogy of Soap Sonic stories for the week. It was kind of weird how like
They all happened like one day after the other. 3 consecutive days of Soap Sonic.
Yeah, yeah, it was really strange. We thought we were so close to getting one, and like I feel if you said this time back, like you feel like it's gonna happen soon.
Yeah, because we've been finding all this stuff about it, and like the odds are at this point maybe in our favor. So, like, I feel like we're maybe gonna get it soon. Like someone's gonna be like, "Hey, I found this Sonic plush with weird shoes. I don't want it. I'm gonna put it up on Yahoo Japan auctions for 10 yen." Like that could happen.
Buy it out.
You don't know.
Yeah,
buy out.
No bid.
No, buy out for 1 yen. Soap Sonic. I mean, Sonic Adventure 2 is a horrible game, so like, who even wants it? Just give it away for free. Come on.
Yeah, that's what Sega was doing back when they first were coming out. They were giving them like free. So.
Not even when they were first coming out. Up until like 2011, Soap Sonic had been given out at events. There was an event in 2011 where Sega just gave out Soap Sonics. That happened. Like, what? And now they just have, well, not anymore because the cafe is no longer in existence. But back in like what, October, November, they had a bunch, like they had a wall of Soap Sonics just on display at this Sonic cafe where you eat food. You're just you're having your like shadow burger or whatever they had at the cafe. That was an actual thing that they had at the cafe. It was like a burger with like a picture of Shadow on it. But so you order that and you like go to a table, and right next to the table are 2 Soap Sonics just chilling.
Yeah, there's some really good pictures of that type of thing.
Yeah.
And then we if you go back to some of our older streams or whatever, we had a really great story about how we tried to buy one from the cafe because we thought you could buy like one of the 40 Sonics. We thought they were there for sale because why would you have 40 Soap Sonics at like a Sonic exclusive location? And like, you know, it just didn't make sense that like they weren't for sale, but they weren't. And we went through all these hoops trying to get contacts in Japan to like go buy them for us. And it just didn't end up working out.
Yeah. Oh, well, someday.
Yeah, someday. I think Soap Sonic is definitely attainable. But hey,
no, it definitely is. Well, before we go on to that, I do want to say, if you guys want anything, and I've said this before, and I still believe in this. Maybe not for everything, but for like Soap Sonic or Fighter Sonic or even Mario Party 5 Luigi, just hang in there and you will be able to get it eventually. If you just like keep at it, you'll find it eventually. Even if that takes searching on Yahoo Japan auctions every day, multiple times a day, multiple times a minute, you'll find it eventually. Multiple times a second, you'll find it. Page monitor it. do whatever it takes, you'll find one.
Patience is the key.
Yeah.
That's a big factor right there.
And that's actually I'm not going to go off on a huge tangent about this, but that's actually, I feel like that's something that a lot of people who want stuff don't think about when they buy stuff, is that if you're patient, you'll find it for cheaper, you'll find it for a better price. And actually what I was going to say is like when Pat Mac and myself, we wanted Starfy plushes for a really long time, and the only one that we could find was on Amazon Japan for like $180 or something. And it's like, pretend we had like endless amounts of money. Yeah, we could have bought that and like, you know, would have been, oh, here's Starfy. But guess what? We waited and waited and waited, and for no good reason, Toy Wiz, who we criticize all the time for like overpriced, you know, retail items.
This is one of the greatest deals we've ever gone in, like of all time.
Yeah,
this is such a legendary event.
This was like, I think at the end of last year, like the very end of last year.
Yeah, it was like end of December.
Toy Wiz, for no reason, found 3 Starfy plushes that just was old stock. That they just, I don't know where they got them from. They just had 3 Starfy plushes for $20. So we bought them, and they came. And I think my video unboxing it is still up on my channel. And
Yeah, it is.
yeah, it's a Starfleet plush. We got it for $20, and we waited, a really long time to get that from when we first found out about the plush and stuff. But we waited, and we got it for $20 from a US-based site, so we didn't have to go through importing and all this crazy stuff. And that can happen for anything. You guys just gotta be patient.
And that kind of segues into our next topic, doesn't it?
Oh man, it does. It does. But this
has become like
This
has become like a weekly segment for us because just say what it is. LSuperSonicQ, do the honors.
Mario Party 5 Luigi and double feature this week, Kelly Toy Luigi. But what we have to say about them, once again, is not criticizing really anything about them, blah, blah, blah. It's more so an eBay issue and something that I think could affect the market once again because of eBay's incompetence in keeping tabs on their completed listings and whatnot. So do you want me to tell this story, or do you one of you guys want to do it?
Mario, you haven't been talking a lot, so how about you do it?
All right.
Start with the Mario Party 5 Luigi.
The one that was in that lot from last week.
Yeah, that one. Start with that one.
All right. So on last week's stream, there was a lot that had a Kelly Toy Mario, a 12-inch Mario Party 5 Peach bootleg. I'm pretty sure it was, and a guess who Mario Party 5 Luigi for $12, and it was a bid, and it went up to, I'm pretty sure it was 200 and something, but yeah, it hit that $200 mark, and we thought it got paid for it, but a little later on in the week it got relisted again, so it's up still. Yeah.
So I guess I almost want to say, and I feel like I say this every week, what is there even to say about this at this point?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Honestly.
But it is, and like I said, this isn't really an issue with the plush, and I'm not saying blah, blah. It's more so an issue with eBay because this is the thing now. Once again, we have another unpaid Mario Party 5 Luigi plush listing. And guess what? You guys can go to the completed listings or sold listings right now, and you guys will see that same lot from last week with a sold over $200, green price on it. And that would make someone think, oh, this went for more than $200. Mario Party 5 Luigi is still retaining his value. But guess what? It wasn't paid for. The person who dropped that $200 bid didn't, I guess, I don't know the circumstance, but they obviously weren't legit about buying it because now it's back again on eBay. And it was, I guess, starting bid $12 or whatever, or like whatever the starting bid was again. And this is the thing, too, is you might think that people would think something's fishy when you see, like, oh, well, why is this sold listing back on eBay? But for the longest time, I didn't realize that that kind of thing happened. I assumed either the seller had another item that was identical or some crazy thing, like bootlegs. I remember my earliest days with bootlegs. I never thought that's fake, that's counterfeit. I always thought, what the heck? Why did Nintendo make that? That doesn't make any sense. Like a Toad plush with a star where the circle's supposed to be. That's a weird Nintendo item. Like, is that like from a new game? I didn't think that it was a bootleg. And the same thing with eBay. I didn't think that, okay, this wasn't paid for. So people who really don't know what a Mario Party 5 Luigi is or like anything like that, and they see, oh, this Luigi toy sold for $200. Man, I had that Luigi toy. I'm going to list it for $10,000. Like, it affects eBay prices, and we blame eBay so much of the time for this. They need to put some kind of verified payment sticker on auctions that were actually verified to be paid for, because that's a really, going back to the $10,000 Mario Party 5 Mario, that is a huge difference between someone bidding up a plush to $10,000 like an idiot and then not buying it versus someone actually dropping $10,000 on an item. That's a huge difference, and it affects the market. But a lot of times people don't realize that, and it doesn't do any good for anyone, really. This is even more apparent with the next thing we're kind of going to talk about, which is in relation to Mario Party 5 Luigi. Somebody want to take this?
I got this. All right, so there was a Kelly Toy Luigi on eBay. It went up for like what, $600, whatever. It ended at $600. No one paid for it. It's back on eBay. That's it. That's the whole story. The same exact thing happened essentially.
And this is actually, I would argue, this is actually worse because Mario Party 5 Luigi's been really bad for a long time and like blah blah blah. But Kelly Toy Luigi really wasn't so messed up until that $600 listing. That really, it made him go off the deep end in terms of price and all that kind of stuff. And once again, someone's going to go to the sold listing, see, whoa, $600 Kelly Toy Luigi. I have that plush. It's Mama Luigi. I'm going to sell it for, whatever, $600, $500, $400. Because it's selling for $600, and no, it's not. The person didn't pay for it. So kind of the same thing as with Mario Party 5 Luigi. And this is kind of, actually, I guess I can't say this is how Mario Party 5 Luigi got so out of hand, because I think that original $300 summer of last year listing was paid for, because I don't think we ever saw that particular listing again. But essentially, to the point, this is how markets get destroyed, is with just dumb stuff. Didn't this happen with the GEX Sonic last year at one point?
Yeah, it did. It did.
And Tails.
And Tails too. So it's not just like a Luigi issue. It's not just a Mario Party 5 plush issue. Like, fake bidders on eBay bidding things up, whether it's malicious or not, and then having that listing go into the sold listings, it's not good because it doesn't really help anyone. And it's not even like you can argue, oh, well, like this kid paid $10,000 for a Mario Party 5 Mario because he really wanted a Mario toy for his plush adventure. You can't even say that because the seller keeps the item. The people that were bidding on it who wanted it don't get the item. It's just an insane price tag goes into the archives of eBay for people who are, don't know what they have to just see, oh, wow, money. And then that raises the price on everything. So I guess it's kind of, I guess it's just like a PSA. I feel like every week when we talk about Mario Party 5 Luigi stuff, it is just a PSA.
We should just like ban discussion of this from the stream, because it's like the same thing every week, because it just happens over and over again.
I just think it's important to highlight for people who either like don't know or who, I don't know. I think it's something that,
well, maybe if it happened with a different plush, like say a Sonic the Fighter's Bark plush, well, maybe we could talk about that. But like with Mario Party 5 Luigi over and over again, we don't need to talk about that. But a Bark, if there was a relisted Bark plush on Yahoo Japan auctions, if that happened. So I'm just saying, if that happened, we could talk about that.
Freaking rip.
Well said, Mario. I guess moving on then, speaking of buying things and whatever, spending money, we had some I guess we're kind of going off on the more casual topics now, not so much news-based. Recent purchases. What have you guys been buying recently?
Not much, I guess.
Wow.
Like the Kirby 25th anniversary stuff, but that's it, basically. All right, Mario, what have you been buying?
Recently I got a Rheosaurus Knuckles box. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
And I got a new prototype this week. It's the Jazzwares Super Shadow with the like newer swivel joints. It's unpainted because I have the silver, and I finally got the Shadow, so that happened.
That's like the mold prototype, right?
It just unpainted.
So.
Yeah, but I mean, weren't they used for? Oh,
so it's like a test shot. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, it's like the final figure, but like not painted.
Ah. I wonder if so if Jazzwares made test shots like that, I wonder if other companies like Resource made test shots like that.
Oh, they
did.
Yeah. LSuperSonicQ, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, I forgot about that actually. Some fun stuff, kind of to go back to Lost Media. This week, for some reason, I was on Wayback Machine looking at Resaurus stuff for whatever reason, because I've been on the Resaurus website before from Wayback Machine. I don't even know what I was browsing. I honestly have no idea what I was doing. But somehow I came upon a Resaurus archive of like news. And I guess at some point in like like late 1999, or maybe it was I don't know, maybe it was before that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It was 1999.
Okay, yeah. So late 1999, Resaris posted on like their news stuff, their news archive, test shots of the Wave 1 of characters Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails. So like, yeah, I guess it'd be like, I think it was almost like a whole series. I thought there was like the tests, there was the painted tests, there was pretty much everything you could imagine from like a figure's. I think there was some unpainted stuff too.
It was probably to show like the step-by-step process of making a figure, like to make it more relatable, I guess, to people who were looking at the site to see what goes into making it.
Yeah. So pretty much Resaris posted that kind of stuff, like prototypes of their figures and stuff at different stages in production. Now, what sucks about that is, welp, all the pictures aren't there. They're not like backed up. They're not saved. So all you can see is title, Sonic the Hedgehog test shot figure, and then the description like, oh, like Resaris is hard at work sculpting, like raw sculpting these characters for release in, late 1999 or whatever. And like, there's no picture. You can't see the picture. The only picture I could find was like Knuckles' base, but I think that's the same one that's on Sonic Gear in one of their sections. Yeah. So
they also have other ones too of the other characters.
Yeah. So I guess the bases are archived, but like the figures aren't.
Are these test shots the same things as the Amy prototype that has like different eyes that look a lot better? Like, would that be an Amy test shot?
I assume that would be an Amy prototype, like a raw prototype. Because like, see, this is a weird thing when it comes to like different terms and stuff.
The resin prototypes that LSuperSonicQ has one of. Well, the Mario Kart 64 line.
Yeah, not Resaris Sonic.
Yeah. But it's weird because I remember on eBay a few months ago, there were those quote unquote test shots for the Toy Biz Mario Kart and Zelda figures. And those were all like multicolored different things. And that's kind of like the Mario's Shadow prototype he just bought. It's like, it's not multicolored, but it's all like one color. It's like it's like a beige color or whatever. So when Resaris had test shots, you would think it would be like a Sonic that has all kinds of colors on him, but maybe they meant more like a prototype, because I don't know why they would show like a random colored like Sonic. I imagine for the site to post news of upcoming stuff, you would show like the final prototype. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but one thing's for certain: unless someone contacts someone from Resaris, I mean, and like asks if they still have the pictures, we're never going to see them because the site doesn't have them saved. So that's really unfortunate. When I saw those, I really wanted to see them, but I guess that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I'll put a link in the chat to the bases, the prototype bases.
Yeah, they're pretty cool to see, though. Even though they're just bases, they are pretty cool to see.
Yeah, well, I wonder if they're still in existence, the prototypes. Like, do you think people kept them, or like where are they?
That's always something to think about when you think about old figure sets and prototypes and stuff. I mean, maybe like, especially if it's like Wave 1 Sonic, like, dare I say, no one would give a prototype of Gamma, am I right? Because he's Gamma.
Yeah, of course not.
But I mean, like Sonic, I could imagine like an artist maybe keeping the Sonic and the Tails or something. But I mean, we don't know for certain, really. I hope they're like around still.
I do know someone who has the Gamma prototype. You guys remember that guy that has all those Sonic prototypes he got from the office?
Wait, what was that Gamma? What was it like?
It's just a mock-up. It's like the final one, but the figure inside doesn't have like the number for like final figures do when they have like the copyright stuff or whatever. And it doesn't say 102 on it, I think.
Is that like the picture that's on Sonic Gear?
Yeah, it is. That's the guy.
Okay, yeah, I've seen that then.
He also has the Toy Island Sonic display figures with the bases. He has the Sonic and Knuckles.
Do we have a picture of the Knuckles? I've seen the Sonic one, but do we have the Knuckles?
Yeah, it's on Sonic Gear in the prototype section, but the Sonic
yeah,
one
yeah.
isn't on Sonic Gear. I have that.
Yeah, I have the picture saved too. We should.
But
well, I guess
he
he should.
thought- Oh, but yeah, so we don't know where Tails is, so that kind of falls under we wonder where it is now category.
Yeah, well, it was only the bases that were different, right? For the Toy Island prototypes, the figures
and
themselves were.
It was
How?
the figures too,
How
because
so?
Sonic had like the more skinnier eyes in the pictures, but on the prototype they're like the Sonic X eyes, where they're like huge.
Huh.
This went like hard into prototypes and the whereabouts of stuff like that, which it's always so like weird to think about that kind of thing. Especially, I think we've talked about this before, how like Toy Island was a really like strange company, and they're like Hong Kong based and stuff. So they're like pretty much as cut and dry factory as you can get. So, the old Toy Island prototypes and stuff that you see at like toy fairs and stuff, like in the Gamma Bendy figure and all that kind of stuff, like that, it's probably gone. Like that's probably long gone. I can't imagine like anyone really holding on to that. And if they did, I mean, they'd be in China or something. Like it's a lot different than Resaurus. They were an American. They were a small American company that really, they mass produced figures, but I think they spent a little more. They took a little more care in regards to like design and things like that. And they, things like that. Whereas Toy Island was like going for years with it, and they re-released their figures many, many times. And like I said, they were Hong Kong based, so there's quite a difference between different figure companies and the likelihood of certain prototypes still existing versus others. Because I can't imagine anybody from Toy Island who was working on designing the figures, really being like, oh man, this Gamma Bendy figure, I really enjoyed designing it. I'm going to keep it forever. Like that probably didn't happen. Whereas with Resaurus or whatever, I can see an artist being like, oh man, would be, I designed this prototype figure. It's something I don't want to throw out. I'm going to hold on to it, for my portfolio or whatever. So big difference.
Yeah.
Huh, well, I guess I never really talked about what I bought.
Oh yeah, yeah. Recent purchases. Most recent purchase.
Actually, I guess if you consider something a recent purchase, or maybe wait. We talked about the Mario toys, I think, a couple of weeks ago. Did I say I had Luigi at that point? Maybe I didn't have Luigi at that point.
I'm pretty sure you did.
Oh, well, I guess I haven't purchased anything recently. I can talk about my losses, though. Big hits, bigger misses. Yeah, this is a pretty good story. I thought I had other like stuff I lost out on auctions and stuff, but I can't really think of it. Maybe it was just random Yahoo Japan stuff. Anyway, this is a pretty big rip. So I like the Joyride Studios figures. They're like really cool. They did like the Soap Sonic figure, the only Soap Sonic figure in existence, and Luigi's Mansion and Mario Sunshine. So I've been looking for. I really like all of Joyride Studios stuff, and I want to start getting more of their figures. So there was a Beat figure from Jet Set Radio on eBay, and usually those, most of the Joyride figures go for close to $100, and Beat consistently goes for 100 because he's really obscure, whatever. So there was a Beat figure on eBay for like $10, and I'm like, oh man, like this is like a perfect buy for me because it's cheap, and the box was really beat up, but the figure never came out, and I wasn't really planning on opening it. I just wanted a mint Beat, so I mean, whatever. If the box is messed up, it's fine. But what was really cool is there was a price tag from EB Games that said $2.82, and I really like seeing old price tags on things because it really kind of puts into perspective the items from, like that time. Like, oh, this Beat was $2.82. I guess it didn't sell very well. And you think about like, wow, the box was so messed up. Maybe that happened because it was sitting in the store for so long and it got thrown around, whatever. I like that kind of stuff. So whatever, I'm like, nice. This has 6 days and no washers or whatever. I'm probably going to be able to win it. like literally the last like hour of the day it's gonna end. I'm like, oh man, here it is. I'm gonna win this beat figure for myself because it's beat. The box is damaged. It's $10. No one's watched it. Whatever. It's probably as good as mine. The last, I think, 9 seconds. Now, see, I didn't know eBay did this. What they actually did is, or at least like with the browser I was using and all this kind of stuff, when I went to place a bid, usually you can see before you click you have to usually confirm your bid twice. Before you confirm it the final time, they usually show you a timer, and usually, you click place bid at like the very last few seconds. For whatever reason, when I had to confirm my second bid, it brought me off of the page, and there was no timer on the page. So I'm like, what the heck? I have to just guess when it's like 1 second. So I kind of counted down. I'm like, you want to know what? It's probably like at 5 seconds. No one's going to bid on this. And I went like $20. I think that was my max. So boom, place a bid. And literally the page refreshed like 1 second later and the auction was over. So it was really, really close. I didn't miscount or anything. But guess what? Instead of seeing a green banner, congrats, you won, I saw a gray banner that says you didn't win this auction. I'm like, what the heck? Like, who bid on this in the last like 0.5 seconds? And I guess someone did. I guess I wasn't fast enough with my really end of the line bid. I was outbid by 50 cents. So I guess maybe my maximum wasn't very high. Probably should have been a little higher, but I mean, didn't want to pay that much for it. Because if I really wanted a nice mint beat figure, I'd drop like $50 or $70 or however much like the lowest one on eBay is right now. So I didn't want to pay that much because shipping was like 10 anyway. So it would have been like, if I had gone like 30, that would have been like 40. I'm like, 40 for a damaged box beat, not really something I want to do. So anyway, yeah, I lost that. Really sad because I really wanted it, and that was my big miss for the week.
Dang, I have a story like that.
Oh.
So yeah, there was a plastic head Cranky Kong from Toy Site, and there was pretty much nobody watching it. And like the last like 5 seconds I get outbid by 3 cents. I bid at $30. The guy put $30 and 3 cents. Like what? Like come on,
does that even happen on eBay? Like I didn't know that could happen.
Oh, yeah, it can. You could literally outbid someone by a penny. Like that's like, it sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I thought 50 cents was bad, dude. 3 cents. That is like meta freaking rip. Dang. I guess that was kind of it for purchases though. Because yeah, it's not, I mean, nothing else, nothing really rare, really cool, or anything else has really been happening recently, I don't think. And we would have had really cool stories with the $100 Soap Sonic. Hey guys, I just bought a $100 Soap Sonic, but no, that can't happen because it wasn't a real listing. So one of the last things, I guess we can move on from that. Still keeping with the backstories of us though. Something really cool we thought about, and I think we've been asked this a couple times on the stream, was how did we meet? Like, why is LSSQ streaming with Pat Mac and Mario? Like, what's the backstory behind that? So I think we're gonna tell a little like lore about the origins of our channel and us meeting and stuff like that. So I guess with everyone muted, I'll start. So I started YouTube back in 2000. Oh, before I talk about this though, there might be a true LSSQ origins video at some point, because I did some documentary many years ago on like my clay, kind of a documentary. It's really bad, and I wanted to like redo it, but I've like been waiting for the right time to really talk about YouTube. So maybe for LSSQ's 10th anniversary on YouTube, you'll get the the full in-depth story. But generally speaking, I started YouTube back in 2009 only because I remember at the time, and you can actually see the history on my channel homepage. In the suggested channels, there's a guy named Slate Productions, and he had a YouTube account before me and my other friend, Phoenix3396, who is Paul, who I think you guys met before. Some of you guys did a couple streams ago. He was in the chat. So Slate Productions had an account before either of us did, and he did animations, I believe. I don't think it was two. I'm not quite sure, but he did animation stuff, and this was back in like 2007 or something, like 6 or 7. Okay, probably was 7. And he said something like, "Oh, Phoenix 3396, you gotta like check out YouTube." And he's like, "What's YouTube?" And he went on to explain like it's a website you can post your own videos and stuff. And he did it. He said he did animations and little like animations. He kind of explained to us the process of animation, how it's fun to create different scenarios and scenes and stuff that would really come to life. And I thought that was kind of cool and stuff. I'm like, wow, like that's pretty cool. Making videos. And he had some subscribers. So I'm pretty sure he talked a little bit about the community aspect too, and getting comments and likes and views and stuff. And I thought that was really cool. I believe after that, Paul Phoenix 3396, I believe Slate Productions convinced him to get a YouTube. And I remember Paul was doing some animations, I think, right after Slate showed him, what YouTube was about. So, both of them, they're my friends, and they're doing YouTube. And I'm thinking like, man, they're doing stuff with clay. And I had been sculpting clay for years at this point. And I'm like, but I'm not very good at animations. I don't really know how to do that type of stuff. But I have clay, just a different version of it. I have sculptures. And I'm like, hey, what if I decide to show my clay as like, a showcase, like a visual, like a slideshow, I guess. At the time, I was actually using PowerPoint to put my stuff together. And I was export the movie as like a PowerPoint movie, because that's what I had back in like 2009. So what I did is after my friends were doing their claymations, I said, why can't I do YouTube? I'm going to do YouTube too. And I posted my first video game clay figure models video. And I remember it got quite a bit of attention. I don't remember exactly how much Slate or Paul's videos were getting at the time, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't like overly a lot. And then when I posted my video, I remember maybe a day or two later, it had 100 views. And I'm like, whoa, 100 people have seen this. Like, that's crazy, because it had to have been more than the other, my two friends, because I remember thinking, like, I have to show them this. 100 views, that's crazy. And I did get comments. Silver the Hedgehog 123, I believe that was his name. He was like my first real comment, because I think Paul Phoenix, I think he was my first comment. But since I knew him, kind of, does that really count? But Silver the Hedgehog 123, I think, was really the first comment I got on my video, and he said like, "Awesome, dude, keep it up." And I'm like, "Yo!" So that was really cool. And then it kind of got foggy from there. I mean, I don't want to get into too much of my history with YouTube, but I was going pretty strong with it for the next couple years. I know I did have a really big hiatus because at the time, it was just whatever. I did some animations. I tried some claymations. At some point, Paul/Phoenix stopped doing YouTube. I think he deleted his old channel or deleted his videos. I liked some of his videos. They were pretty cool. They're just basic claymations, but they were pretty cool. He did a really cool one. I forget what it was called, but it was an orange guy, and I think he was like a hunter, and he was really into that guy, whatever his name is, Robert something. He does claymation videos. That's what inspired Paul to start doing them, I think. Clay World, is it? But anyway, Paul stopped doing videos. I really wasn't taking YouTube that seriously. And Slate was still going pretty well with it. He had, I'm trying to remember back in like 20, I want to say like 12, 13, I think it was. He was still doing YouTube, and I was kind of like not really doing it. He had like, 300 subs or whatever within his animations. And I remember getting pretty jealous of that. I'm like, oh, he's still doing animations, and I'm just like a washed out clay guy. Like, what the heck? But then somewhere down the line, when, the next couple of years, when we all kind of, grew up a little more, got out of high school, you can see this, like I said, history in, on my channel. You click his account, he hasn't uploaded in a really long time. He has 300 subs. I remember thinking at the time, 300 subs, I have like 50. I'm never going to get to 300. And I guess as it is, he doesn't do YouTube anymore. And, when he stopped is when I really started doing it again with like the hoax and rumor videos in early 2015. And I guess, each to their own. I think he does still animate, but understandably, he just doesn't post on YouTube anymore. And for me, really going hard at YouTube is really great, especially with 8,000 subscribers. Me and my friends is already at like 12,000 views. That's crazy. And to think that I was happy that I had 100 views on my first video, so it's just kind of the way things are. But I mean, that's really cool. I like what I'm doing with YouTube and stuff. And his channel is still the top of my recommended bar, and mine's the top of his recommended bar still, because at some point, I think it was back in 2013, right before he stopped doing videos, he said, "Hey, how about we both promote each other's channels on each other's channels?" And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, I'll do that." And that's why his thing is still there, even though he hasn't posted in in a year or 2 years or whatever. So I guess that's kind of the LSSQ origin story. We'll probably all give our takes on how we met each other, but with Pat Mac, my take on that is back in like 2012 or whatever, 2013. Yeah, I was posting. I was still doing in-depth series videos and stuff. Just I wasn't like, I remember 2013. I really wasn't into YouTube that much, but whatever. I remember this guy named Pat Mac commenting on my videos. I'm like, what the heck? He posts really good comments, and his profile picture is pretty high quality. So I'm like, oh, this guy's pretty cool. I think he gave me some video suggestions and replied to some things. I don't quite remember how he said, hey, do you have like a Skype? Let's add each other, because I remember I only got a Skype to talk to one of my brother's friends because we were going to do some like fake leaks or something. Yeah. So that's the only reason why I had Skype. But since I already had it for that, and then Pat Mac was like, do you have Skype? I'm like, yeah, whatever, I'll add you. Like, you seem like a cool dude. And then like ever since then, I guess we just started talking about collectibles, really, because I've always really been in collecting. I mean, there were some times where I wasn't, but for the most part, I was really into collecting for, I've never really been out of collecting, I guess. Maybe during the Jazzwares era I was, which is why I don't have anything Jazzwares. But yeah, we started talking about collectibles and stuff, and I think eventually that did turn into video talk, which is, perhaps more. I mean, collectible talk is great and stuff, but perhaps the video talk was really where the connection was, because we were both content creators. So we kind of shared that YouTube sensation. And then I remember, like, not too long after I talked to Pat Mac, he told me about some guy named Mario, and I'm like, what the heck? Like, I think he commented on one of my videos, and he did. Before I met him, Mario commented on my 64.
Okay, wait. You met Mario in like summer of 2016. Like, that's a pretty long time after we met.
Was it actually that long?
Yeah, because... Oh, one sec. Okay, the way that you met Mario was that Mario gave me a list of things to mention in my Mario Party 5 plush video. Yep. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna... Well, like, I was talking to LSuperSonicQ about it, and I was like, well, this guy gave me a list of things to do. And then LSuperSonicQ like made jokes like, oh, this guy, well, whatever. But then like I added him into like a Skype group chat, and then I don't know, we just became a group from there. So that's how you met Mario.
Huh, I didn't think it was a whole year later, because I'm pretty sure we started talking in 2015, but I didn't think it was a whole year after that I met Mario. Maybe it was
something like that. Yeah.
Huh. Well, I guess that was the end of my story. Yeah, that was it for me. Origin stories, guys.
So what are we gonna?
Oh, if you wanted to talk about your origin story, you don't have to.
Oh, I don't really remember why I made a YouTube account in the first place. I think I just had it, and then I was like, I'm gonna make a video, and then I made a video, and then it just went from there. Like, I don't have anything really interesting to say about it. I just wanted to do it, and then I did it. That's it.
But like, there's no reason why you started doing it. Like,
no, I was just like, hey, this would be kind of cool, and that was it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a pretty lame origin story, but.
What about Mario?
Yeah. So where do I even begin? So I'm pretty sure it was 2013. Yeah. Oh, if there's noise in the background, just ignore that. But yeah, 2013. I remember going on YouTube, and I was like, hey, let's finally make an account, because I've been on YouTube before that. I just like watched like videos, mostly like YouTube poop and like all these like Flash animations and all that. Like not kind of like Newgrounds, but like I didn't really know what Newgrounds was. So that was like the Newgrounds for me. And I made an account, and the account that I have right now is actually my second account. The first account that I have is like lost. I don't remember the password, and I'm pretty sure I had a different email. So like rip me ever going on that. But yeah, the first video I ever uploaded was a Mario Kart short made by Max. And I think it's at like 50 views right now.
Oh wait.
And
Oh wait, you said your original account was lost, as in you just don't have the password. It's still up though, right?
yeah, like you could
Okay.
go on it. It's on my sidebar on my profile if you go there.
All right.
It's a good meme though, but like I've uploaded a couple of videos on there, and they're just all stop motion, like really early stop motion videos that I'd done. And I have more. I do want to upload them, but I have to go through them and like fix up like a lot of things. But yeah, I remember making a video, and I showed my friends. They're like, "Oh wow, that's cool." And I remember one day going back on my computer, and I just got like logged out of it. Well, logged off of it, but like I didn't remember the password, so I was like, oh, so I had to make a new one, and I had to make a new name. But I have no idea where I got the name Mario 64646464 from, but I did. So I made that account, and then the first video I uploaded was yet again another early stop motion, but it's only 2 seconds long, and it's just Mario moving with a guitar string in the background. It's a like classic meme, you could say. And
Yeah, that's a pretty good first video, I'd say. Like
Yeah,
most
and then-
people look back at their first video and they're like, "That's not that good. That's horrible." But your first video, like that was a solid start to the channel.
yeah, and the whole point of that, going into 2014 and 13, was I was gonna do a stop motion movie, and it was called the Super Mario the Movie.
Wow.
Yeah, so original, and it was gonna be like a stop motion, like with movie music and all that, like dramatic and all that. And it was kind of like Power Star and Dragon Ball Z. It was gonna be kind of like that. And the problem was like I didn't have anything to make it with, like not even like a good camera. I used my 3DS to make stop motions because like I didn't really have a phone. Well, I did. It was a little later on in 2014, and I just used my like 3DS to make stop motions. And I just like made a couple of them. I was like, oh, the Super Mario movie is coming soon. Stay tuned. And like I was getting no views on those. So yeah, and then in December of 2014, well, even before that, we usually go to New York for the holidays, New York City. And I remember I made a video on the Pokemon display at Nintendo World in New York City. Now Nintendo World is called Nintendo NYC, which I've been there, and it's like not as good as it was before. But yeah, so I made a quick video on my phone showing the display, and I remember one day going back on the video like a couple days later, and it had 2,000 views, like for no reason at all. And I was like, what? Like 2,000 views? Like, oh my God, like that's my most popular video. And yeah, I remember I uploaded like, well, this is the story of how reviews happen. Yeah.
Actually, by the way, I think I will actually go more in depth with like origins because I've remembered some stuff. So continue, but
Yes. So on my phone, well, on my 3DS, I recorded a video of me reviewing the toy site Yoshi plush because I got it for like $15 on eBay in like 2014, and I decided to like, even though like the videos that I made on my 3DS weren't meant for YouTube, I like made the video like it was for YouTube. So I was like, hey, let me put this on YouTube. So I did. And I remember I got a comment. I don't remember the name, but it was like from like a Yoshi fan or whatever. And like it had a profile picture of like a cool looking Yoshi. It was like, and he was saying like, hey, this is a cool Yoshi plush. I have like the BDNA one. and like we went like back and forth, like, oh yeah, like this one's a bit rarer because of like how Toy Site was with like their merchandise and all that. And yeah, so I was like, I'm gonna make more like review videos. And I was looking around like, what can I use? And I think this is, yeah, a little later on in 2014. And like okay, so here we go. I'm gonna start talking about those maybe 4 words, Mario Party 5 plushes. Yeah, I collected them way before they started to get what they are like today, with like in like the hundreds. I got them. I think I got the M-size Mario for like under 50, and like Peach, Toad, Yoshi, and Bowser for like under like 30. Yeah,
Yeah.
cheap. Whoa.
You got them all for cheap, right?
Yeah, that
All
like
of
that.
them. Yep, all of them.
Yeah, all of them. No, not all of them, but like I had a few, and I was like, I need like new stuff on my like YouTube channel. So I was like, I'm gonna make a video on these guys. So I did, and then like one day it got like, I think like 1,000 views. Like a couple days later, and guess who commented on my video? None other than Super Mario Logan himself. It was the real account. And it was like, hey, wow, that's because like I remember like before making the video, I always looked up like Mario Party 5 plushes, and there were like no like videos besides that one like gamer guy that had like the small Mario and Luigi. It was like CR whatever room or whatever. Oh wait, excuse me.
Okay, he's talking about Classic Game Room, Undertow. They had a review of the full set, I believe. They might have been missing 1 or 2.
Also, just to the comments, probably after these origin stories, like this is our last topic, so we'll directly answer questions after. If we've been ignoring you, that's the way we set the stream up now is we do our topics and then we look at the chat like after and answer the questions there. So after this, we'll turn to you guys. So if you have any questions, we'll be answering them after this. And he's not back. Well, that's all I had to say.
Huh.
So guys, lost media.
Well, there's some guy in the comments going on about finding Johnny Quasar on a VHS. Is he legit? Ooh.
To my knowledge, Johnny Quasar was never like that. I don't know. That doesn't make
it was never aired. So like, how would he get a VHS with it? Yeah, okay.
Unless the only thing I can think of is unless at the SIGGRAPH 95, I know there's a CD-ROM that has contents of it. Unless that for some reason was put onto a VHS for some reason, and like
Maybe
they gave out CDs and VHS tapes or something.
I know there's this. The chances of this are like very, very few and far between. But I know that there are some people back in the day who made bootleg VHSs that would just take things like random clips and stuff and just put them on VHSs and sell them. So like maybe Johnny Quasar could be on one of those. Like I don't know. Didn't that happen with Angry Beavers?
Oh, yep. The classic. No one thought Snowbound is the Angry Beavers pilot. No one thought it existed until for like 10 years. No one thought it existed until in 2013, someone bought a bootleg Angry Beavers DVD collection from eBay, and it had the pilot on it.
Dude, that's so crazy. Like, what? Oh my gosh. Like, what are the odds of that happening? We need more stuff like that to happen.
Yeah, I can confirm. I have searched eBay for Kapamagi bootleg DVDs before. But to no avail. Actually, the thing with Johnny Quasar too, I don't know if someone may have said in the comments if I wanted to do a video on it or something, or maybe not. But I actually have a really, really solid lead on Johnny Quasar already, and it's literally just going to take a matter of time for it to get unearthed. But pretty much, quote unquote, pretty much, it's found. So there's not really a mystery because I already know that the contact I have is going to get it. And if they don't get it, then that's one thing. But until they update me, on whether or not they were able to get it or not. I'm going to assume that it's where they think it is. So there's really nothing to say because I already know the outcome.
Yeah, and also isn't the Johnny Quasar, isn't it just like a short film, like a pitch pilot in a way? Well, not a pitch pilot, but like it's like 40 seconds long, right? And that's it.
Yeah, I think it is just a really short.
It's not this. Yeah, it's not like a full episode like Runaway, Rocket Boy, or anything.
No.
Yeah, but that'd be quite the day once Johnny Quasar gets found.
I mean, honestly, there's so many quite the days that we're like that we're just waiting on. Like I know when the DBZ clip was found, that was like really hype. But when the Kappa Mikey pilot hits YouTube, if it ever does, and when Johnny Quasar hits YouTube, if it ever does, like those, like I know JBVO was like really hype in itself, but like Kappa Mikey, like that would be such a victory for me because I searched for that pilot for months. And like Johnny Quasar, because Jimmy Neutron is such a popular show in that, you know, the character went through so much evolution, like that will be huge. Like there are some certain events that are just going to be huge when they happen. And like, it's just a waiting game, really.
Yeah. And the 10th anniversary of Jimmy Neutron, it happened back in December of last year. So 15th anniversary. Yeah. So I was thinking like, oh, maybe they'll release it on the 15th anniversary for like a special or something. And guess what? It didn't happen.
And that's actually an interesting point, is when you're like, oh, maybe they'll release it for whatever. To some extent, I almost think the creators, part of the reason why so much stuff remains lost is that the creators don't know that people are interested in it. Like with Johnny Quasar, you'd think they'd release it as an anniversary thing. But when I talked to my contact, he just kind of casually said, oh yeah, it's over here, you know, like without really saying like, you know, like he didn't.
That makes sense. Cause it's like, oh, what? You guys want this random, like equivalent of what is a student film in a way that's like 40 seconds long of just some guy flying in space. Like really? Like that would be shocking to whoever made it or the people who know about it.
Yeah, and that's why I think so much stuff.
Or like Kappa Mikey wasn't that popular. So if like people don't think that there's an interest for the pilot, who would want to see like a rejected adult version of a show that wasn't even that popular?
Yeah, it's exactly that. Granted, with the Kappa Mikey pilot, things are a lot more complicated then.
Well, yeah.
Than Johnny.
Yeah, they also just like can't release it, but you know, if they could, they probably wouldn't have. What? Until LSuperSonicQ. Wait, what?
What do you mean the Kappa Mikey pilot?
Yeah, if they could have released it, if there was no legal issues, they probably still wouldn't have.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but that is until LSuperSonicQ makes a video on it, spreads awareness. Now everyone, the entire world knows about Kappa Mikey, the pilot. So now it's going to be found.
Yeah, there are some videos that I'm really glad that I make because I, not trying to sound like a cool dude here, but like I think there are some videos that I will forever have the monopoly on. Kappa Mikey is a video I put so much effort, so much time, so much searching into. I started searching back in December for that pilot or whatever, and I released the video, what was it, March? So like there will never be another Kappa Mikey pilot video that's as good as mine, because there just won't be, because like I did my homework on it. I compiled my search results, and like we're gonna get, you know, the answer that we're looking for, like that, like that's it. Kind of same thing with Kablam. I was doing Kablam episode 29 stuff, like when no one else was. Like that was really the first. I know it was a Does It Exist thing, but that was like the first lost media mystery that I really did. And I followed that search from beginning to end, and I made the trilogy of videos, because there are 3 videos to the Kablam episode 29 Does It Exist thing. So like now that obviously that's solved now, so you can argue, well, no one was gonna even make a like a video talking about it because it's already solved, whatever. there's no mystery. But I made those videos at the time, and they cover so many different things that it just can't be replicated. Like, I don't think someone could make a Complete Episode 29 video that would be more insightful or more, like more like dated, I guess, as mine. And like, I'm not trying to say that to sound like a cool dude or something. I mean, if someone wants to make a video on the Cap Mike Cut, okay, whatever. But like, I mean, like, in terms of my channel, my content, what I see in what I do, stuff like the Cap Mikey video, I'm so proud of, because I know that I put everything into that video, and like, it's unmatched in terms of and research and things like that. Like, no one else can go contact like the director or whatever and ask him for the pilot, because I already did that. Like, that's there. I don't know. Like, I just think it's kind of cool how, like, I don't even know what would this stem from. Oh, you said like until LSuperSonicQ. Yeah, I guess it's just kind of pointing out that, I don't know, my channel is growing, spreading awareness in my videos is something I never thought I could do. But there are some videos that I'm really, really proud of, and for that reason, I want, I guess not so much to say I want to be known for those videos, but like, I would much rather be the Kappa Mikey pilot guy than the Kakarot guy, or like
you'll be the me and my friends guy.
That'd be okay with, because that yeah, like, I guess that's what I'm saying, is kind of like, it's cool that my videos are...
You'll be the Kelly Toy Cartoon Network plush guy.
Yeah, like, I don't want to... No. Actually, some updates on that. Really quick. I don't know if Mario's coming back here, but we can take comments.
Yes, he is. Is he ever going to come back?
We can take... After that...
Yeah.
Okay, so we can take... I'm going to say a thought, and then we'll take comments, and if Mario comes back, he can finish his story. The thing with the Kelly Toy stuff, actually, some kind of new news, I guess. I've been getting a lot of comments lately about how people have sworn they've seen, these plushes, like the chowder plushes and stuff, at different locations and stuff. And I actually got an interesting comment from, forget who he was, but he said that he swore he saw chowder plushes at some amusement place. And he listed off every amusement place that he's been to. And there was one that I didn't recognize, and I think you pronounce it like Carowinds or something. Yeah. I think it's a place in, was it one of the Carolinas?
I don't know.
Maybe not. Whatever. Okay, so there's some place called that. And he said that he thinks Carowinds may have had a like Cartoon Network license at one point, and that's where he maybe had seen them, because he's like, oh, I've been to like Disney World and Orlando Studios, and they, like places like that. Yeah, they wouldn't have had Kelly Toy plushes, but Carowinds is pretty obscure. I did a little bit of research, couldn't really find much, but it looks like they had the Charlie Brown license at one point. So, due to the obscurity of that place, combined with the fact that Charlie Brown's like a cartoon comic character, it is possible, if he's remembering correctly, maybe these plushes, the Kelly Toy Cheddar and Flapjack plushes, did get out there in really, really limited numbers. And, obviously kids would have been winning them, not collectors. So if anyone has them, we probably haven't seen them yet, and they haven't come forward yet because they're kids and they don't know that what they have, that the Mung Doll plush that they might have is like a super duper rare, like impossible to find, like piece of Cartoon Network merchandise. So I guess what I'm kind of saying is, if any of you guys can or have been to Carowinds or anything like that from like 2010 to 2011, if you think you saw them, or if you have pictures of like the prize areas or something, might want to give that a look, because maybe in some picture there's a Mung Doll plush in the background, and that would be pretty big if we could prove that they were out, even if that is just limited numbers.
We can probably find pictures from then of what Carowinds. We can probably find, I'm sure people, there has to be pictures of it from that time.
I mean, I looked and I really didn't find anything. The most stuff I found, I did find stuff from 2010, 2011, but a lot of it was like rides, not really the prize amusement areas. So, I mean, maybe if you do look hard enough, you can find some random like Facebook photo album of someone, but I mean that's like really stretching it. I feel like I don't know. I feel like you'd have to probably get someone else like that to comment and be like, oh, that's right. I went to Carowinds in 2011. I know we took pictures. Let me go check my albums. Like, I feel like you have to do something like that. You probably couldn't find it. Like I Googled 2010 Carowinds prizes and like nothing came up. So like, I don't know. I feel like it would require like someone else's effort aside from just my own.
Freaking rip.
Yeah. I'm seeing the... Oh, hi. Okay.
Hello.
Well, I mean, finish your thought. Then Mari can finish.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing the Charlie... They had Charlie Brown, or just... They had Peanuts, like, mascots walking around in, like, 2013. So I guess that's not too far off from when they would have been here. Or when the plushes would have been there. But I don't think they ever came out. I personally don't think they ever did. Because if they were out anywhere, we probably would have at least, like, okay, if some amusement park is getting this exclusive deal where they're gonna have very limited runs of a plush, why would they not brag about that online and be like, Chowder plushes only here this weekend or something?
Maybe they were. Maybe Kelly Toy was. I don't even know how valid this statement is, but maybe Kelly Toy was just testing it. Maybe they just made a few and just like here. Because I mean, I don't know. Maybe they had the Foster's Home ones too, and like the big Kelly Toy sets. Maybe Chowder and stuff was just among. Get it? Among. Maybe the Chowder ones were just among the known Kelly Toy sets that we know did come out.
So they're like Chase plushes in like cases.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I know that I tend to like believe people's random claims too much in some cases, and maybe this is one of those cases where people just thinking they saw them, is wrong for me to believe. But I just feel like too many different people have said they've had different encounters with them, and especially like the people that get in depth, like the guy who said I've been to Disney and Orlando Studios and blah blah. Like maybe he was misremembering or something, but like if you get like a few people like that, then you really have to question like, are they actually remembering wrong, or like did they really see? Like I remember there was some comment I got, and the guy said like, I swear I saw a Flapjack plush at an amusement area, blah blah, because my sister was really into Flapjack at the time, and I tried to win the plush for her or like something, but like there was some older like experienced player and he just kept winning, so we couldn't win. And I mean, yeah, you could easily make that up, but it almost seems like sincere. Like I can't imagine like going on, I don't know, like going on one of your videos and saying I have a Soap Shoe Sonic plush is like really different than someone saying,
which people have done before. That happens all the time.
Which, that's totally easy to do. But I feel like when you say like, I went with my sister to this place and there was this really experienced guy, so we couldn't win her the plush of this character that she really liked at the time. I don't know. That just to me seems like it's
but they're making it sound more in depth so that get it in depth, haha. But no one's gonna get that. But maybe they're making it sound so in depth so that you think like, oh wow, maybe it is legit because this is so detailed.
I think we talked about this though when you said that like for someone to go so in depth, it wouldn't make sense for it to be fake. I thought I said something like hold on, what was it? It was some comment on. Yeah, it may have been a comment on the Backyardigans video where someone like swears they saw it on TV, and I showed you the comment or something, and I said could be lying, could be a false memory, blah blah, blah. And you said
they might be telling the truth, but also the fact that there's no let's see, yellow dash 34 is saying it in the comments or the chat, but the fact that there's no like pictures or anything showing a Cartoon Network like anything at this place, it would make no sense for them to just have them.
Well, I mean, I would argue that I think even the Foster's Home ones came out before, like I want to say 2007, 8, maybe even 9. Maybe 8 was the first time the Foster's ones were listed in the catalog. So, I mean, if we can hardly find anything from 2010, 11, I mean, back in 2008 when the Foster stuff was out, I mean, that would be even harder to find. I just don't think it's popular enough to, like, I get what he's saying, but, you know, finding Charlie Brown mascots in 2013, I don't think that's an accurate representation of what could have been there in, like, 2008. And I think it's just so unpopular that people just aren't going to have pictures of it. I mean, it's a stretch, yeah, like... But.
Well, there's no way. Maybe you should contact someone who worked at Carowinds. Yeah, find someone who worked there and be like, "Hey, did you guys have Cartoon Network stuff?" And then they'll be like, "No," and then that'll be it.
I feel like that wouldn't do anything. But yeah, maybe someone will just come forward with a random picture someday, like how we originally found out about Cheese, and that the plushes did exist in the first place, like Mung Doll. Because that was the first one we saw outside of the catalog scans. But anyway, Mario, you can finish the story, and then we're going to take comments for maybe like 10 minutes. Because we did start late, and then we're going to end.
All right, so where I last left off was at the Mario Party 5 video and how Super Mario Logan commented on it. And yeah, he asked...
That was a good cliffhanger.
Yeah. But here's the comment. Here's a part everybody wanted to hear. He asked me if I would be willing to sell my Bowser plush, and he would offer me 200 or maybe even more. And I rejected the offer because, like, obviously I wanted it. But I did find one on eBay, and I sent him the link, and he's like, "Oh, this is probably fake or something." But like, the guy where I ordered my Bowser off of was eBay, and it was from a guy, and he did have two. They were legit. And I said to the Super Mario Logan, he's like, "Oh, this is a fake. He said, I've ordered so many, and they've been all bootlegs," or something like that. Like, really crazy. And yeah, so I told him it's not. That's like the same person that I got my Bowser off of, and he said, "All right, I'll make sure it is." And yeah, that happened. And then I think, yeah, a couple months later, I made a Sonic X Metal Force video showcasing all 4 of the Metal Force figures. And I remember one day, I'm pretty sure this is how me and Pat Mac...
Actually, I know what you're going to say, but
yeah,
it's incorrect. I made a video on... it was like one of the early look back videos that used text. It was for the Sonic X figures with Chaos Emeralds, like the last Toy Island release. And then you commented, Mario, you commented saying like Space Fighters next ? And that was it. And I was just like, oh, maybe. And then I just checked out your channel and watched your stuff and subscribed, and that's how that happened.
Yeah, well, I got a comment from Pat Mac on my Metal Force video, and that's pretty much like how we kind of like knew we existed, if that's a way you could put it. And
yeah, I guess you could.
Yeah, a little later on, PipPlup Fan 77 was doing a stream, and guess who was there? Pat Mac, and I was there too. And I'm pretty sure a little later on in the stream, we asked for like each other's Skype, and then we like started talking.
Did we? In the Skype or in the stream chat?
Yeah, we did. I was like, "Hey."
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then...
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I made a couple more videos after that. I watched your stuff, and I'm pretty sure you didn't watch my stuff because that was a loser channel. And
no, I did. Anytime you made a review, I watched it, but that's pretty much the only thing I watch of yours for the most part, just your reviews and like, well, most of your recent stuff I've been watching, so.
Yeah, because like
everybody sub to Mario.
Who watches my corruption videos and like the Sonic 3 and Knuckles videos? Like,
well, you need to like present them in a better way, I feel.
Like, how so?
It's just like, here's a bunch of random footage, and like that's it. But this is we're going way off track.
Yeah. So here, I'll fast forward a little bit, not to bore anyone. So summer 2016, kind of what LSuperSonicQ said. I was talking to Pat Mac, and he was making his Mario Party 5 video, and I gave him information, and I'm pretty sure Pat Mac said, "Oh, there's this person who thinks the plushes are really stupid," or whatever, and you put us in a group chat, and then
Oh.
LSuperSonicQ was like, Mario Party 5 plushes are so stupid, and like, I don't know, LSuperSonicQ thought I was gonna be like, no, they're not. They're like awesome, and I replied, yeah, they're pretty stupid, and he agreed with me, and that's how we met.
Wow. Well, thank you, Mario Party 5 plushes. If it wasn't for that set, this stream wouldn't have. Wow. Okay. Yeah. If it wasn't for that set, this stream right now wouldn't be happening. So, yeah.
I did comment on the Mario Kart 64 prototype video he made. I think before that.
Yeah, way before that.
Yeah.
Like when it first came out in 2015, summer 2015. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's my story.
Well, I was gonna say some origin stuff for me, but I guess we can save that for some other time because we're already like it's already 9, so I have stuff to do tonight. I want to work on videos, so we should probably move on to the comments and the chat now.
Whoa.
Yeah, we can do that for
hanger.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I had some good stuff. It was gonna be this really epic story. It was gonna be grand. It was gonna be great. I guess I won't. It wasn't. I just had some stuff that I remembered. It can wait.
I mean, do you want to? I mean,
We can move on to comments.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, yeah. Okay, if you think it's gonna be too long, then yeah, because I do want to. I do want to hit the comments for a little bit. Yeah. Okay. So let's just jump in. I guess we'll do this for like 10 minutes or so. Yeah, 10 minutes is good. And then that'll end at 1:15 my time. I don't know if that's everyone else's time, but my clock would say 1:15 in 10 minutes. So, all right, let's jump in. Turtwig Hunter said, "I want a Johnny Bravo plush."
Yes, so do I.
Oh,
Man.
Slash, was there ever a Johnny Bravo plush?
Yes, there was.
There is.
There were several. We don't know. I think the small one was released. There were 2 sizes. What's the company's name? It was the company that made like Powerpuff Girls stuff and Dexter's Lab stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
What was their name? I can look it up. But there are a few Johnny Bravo plushes out there. They're like insanely rare though. So I don't know where you would even begin to look for those, but let's see. Yeah, I don't know who made them. It doesn't. Trendmasters, that's it. And at Toy Fair, they showed off 2 sizes for a Johnny Bravo plush, 1 small, 1 large. And I don't think they ever came out. Maybe they did. Oh, there's one with a tag that was on eBay. So, okay, well, I guess something came out for it. So, yeah, there's Johnny Bravo plushes out there.
Lost media.
Kind of. Here, let me check this eBay listing.
While you do that, Yellow Dash said, "What are some lost media you're interested in that you want to be found?" Off the top of my head, I guess we can all kind of give what we want to be found. For me, it would be Captain Mikey Pilot number 1. I'm at this point number 2.
Oh, well, I guess for me. Oh.
Wait. Okay, yeah, I'm just looking on eBay.
Oh, I guess for me, the toy site Mario World figures and the Zelda and Donkey Kong 64 stuff, like that has to get found.
Yeah, I guess if we're going to include collectibles, yeah, number 1 would be the Jazzwares Classic Supersonic plush, because that's been with me for so long. I've wanted to find that since like 2013 when it first showed up. Well, kind of showed up. You guys probably know about that by now. But yeah, I don't know how we're gonna. I have my my theories of how I'm gonna find pictures of it. And hey, maybe because I have the Jazzwares big plush prototype. So and I got that just. I told the story last stream, but I got that just from eBay. So if the classic Supersonic plush prototype shows up on eBay, I mean, I guess that's one way to find it. Yeah, that'd be perfectly fine. Plus, you know, we could buy it, but I don't know. I have some ways that I might be able to find it, but it's gonna be pretty tough to find the classic Supersonic. But if that would be my number 1. I don't really know about other things though.
Scouter Video said, LSuperSonicQ, can you make a video about the Jimmy Neutron promotional interruptions? I don't want to keep spamming. I probably wouldn't do that because I assume those are like bumpers, right?
They're kind of something like that. During when the movie was, I think it was when the movie was coming out. They did a promotional thing on Nickelodeon where during like airings of episodes, I know some of them are found. I don't know if all of them are found, but I assume not. But during airings of some episodes of some shows, there would be interruptions by Jimmy Neutron. He would just come on screen and do something and like interact it with the episode in some way. Like I know there's this one clip of the SpongeBob episode Ripped Pants.
Yeah.
Where he like repeats a scene over and over again and then jumps to another scene. So it's stuff like that. They're Jimmy Neutron interruptions. So he just interrupts the episode in a way and something changes about the episode. So they are technically different versions of the episodes, but since they were only aired once or maybe a few times, probably only once though, not many people have recordings of them since they were like 2001. So yeah, most of them I assume are lost, but if some guy, it was probably a promotional thing that only happened for like a week or not that long, maybe only even a day, I don't know. But if we could find someone who recorded Nickelodeon during that time, they probably wouldn't be too hard to find. And there's not much of a mystery to them, so I don't know how LSuperSonicQ would even make a video on them. They're just kind of an interesting topic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have kind of been, well, I haven't been thinking too hard about this, but there are some things kind of like Pat Max said, how would I make a video about it? But considering it seems like my videos have seen a lot of success with things being found, maybe at some point in the future I could make a series called like PSA, blah blah Johnny or Jimmy Neutron blah blah shorts, and instead of it being a true mystery video, it's just kind of a video telling people, hey, search for this stuff, because like, I mean, people are probably going to watch it.
Yeah, just to bring awareness to it.
Yeah, so maybe in the future I could do that, but it's not something I really see myself doing right now.
All right.
I mean, you guys can pick comments if you want.
All right.
There's just like so many that it's really hard to try and like even answer half of them.
Oh, here's something. It's another plush question, but Captain Rex says, if you could have any company make any Mario and Sonic plush, what company would it be, and what character would it be? Well, does it have to be a plush? Because if it's a figure,
Yeah.
Figma Sonic.
Wow.
Bad idea.
Figma or SH Figuarts Sonic.
There
That
we-
is my number one
Dumb.
thing that I would probably want someone to make. That or... I mean, Figma Sonic could come with soap shoes as an alternative. You could like take off his shoes and then pop soap shoes in. It could just be the greatest thing ever. But
Or
you know,
or SH Figure Arts.
well, yeah, they could do it too.
Dude, we need a SH Figure Arts Wario.
Yeah, wait, is the Mario line done? Because they released Bowser and it wasn't that great, and then like did the line just die?
It wasn't in scale. Like Bowser
Yeah.
was too short.
And his articulation was kind of iffy. So like, did they just is the line dead? An SH Figure Arts Peach could probably be really. That line had a lot of potential, and they just kind of ended it.
Yeah.
Oh well.
The
See,
Mario.
they ended it so that they could make a Sonic line. It's gonna happen.
Who's Sonic?
Who is Sonic?
Dude, who's Tommy? They
What?
showed off all this cool stuff and never came
It's
out.
never coming out. We don't need to get into Tommy delaying all their stuff. That's a huge topic. I could go on for a pretty long time about how Tommy is being poorly mismanaged, and it seems like they don't really care about Sonic right now. But that's probably just internal things that they have. Like, there's no way they can like help it. So wait, what would you be made, or what would you have made, Mario?
Let's see. What are like the newer companies that are like making Mario and Sonic stuff?
Jax.
Yeah, well, it's like
Sine still has it, or Sanai,
Hmm.
and like that's
Well,
it.
What about a Sine? Well, I don't know about the Sonic line for Sine. I think it's pretty much dead at this point, but
I don't know. I say in my upcoming video, I say that I could see it come back. pretty soon. Well, maybe not soon, but like eventually.
Can like Jazzwares just get the Sonic license back?
No. Well, no, they won't. But I don't know. I think if Tomy could release their stuff, because okay, guys, the Tomy Sonic plush Wave 1, it was gonna have Modern Sonic and Modern Metal Sonic and Classic Tails. It was supposed to be out in February. That didn't happen. Classic Sonic and Classic Tails are out now, but they came out at the end of March or something. Or no, it was the beginning of March maybe. But Modern Sonic and Modern Metal Sonic are just not out. And it's May now, and they were supposed to be out in February. And also, they had like variant figures, like a clear Sonic and a clear Tails, that were going to be out in February. Guess what? It's May, and they're not out, and they're cheap variants. How are they not out yet? Something's going on at Tomy, and like they need to do something about it.
Like the factories, like they said, like there's usually problems.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. But oh, wait a second. What is that? Zero Knight 100 says Pat Mac noticed me. I noticed he was. Well, I noticed that he was saying that earlier in the chat too. So there you go.
I think he asked a question actually.
Did he?
Like a really long time ago. Pat Mac. I have the McDonald's PlayStation promotion plushes.
Nice. What's in it? I don't know what that set is. Here, let me look it up. Is there like a? I imagine there's like a something really cool, like a Parappa plush or something in it.
While you do that, really quick, I saw Valkyrie was saying, LSSQ, have you heard of a Pokemon CD-ROM for Gold and Silver? That rings a bell, but I can't say I really know about it. John said, LSSQ, when will you have Super Chat on your streams? I looked into that. I wasn't really a fan of it, so probably never.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah, this, wait, are you done, or?
I just, really quick, Mar83BL said, hi, LSSQ, I'm Lemon King. Yeah, I saw you said earlier you changed your name, so what's up? And Everything is Awesome Studios almost died yesterday. That's pretty graphic. What were you saying?
Yeah. Anyway, the McDonald's Japanese PlayStation plush set, I imagine this is the one he was talking about. They have an Ape Escape, like ape plush, a Chocobo, and a Parappa plush. But that's what I'm seeing. There might be more to it. That's pretty cool. I would like, it's like they're holding fries. McDonald's fries. I'd be down for a Parappa plush holding fries. So yeah, I guess that's pretty cool.
Huh. Oh, I think this might be the last thing. I just want to talk about Rehydrated a bit, just because a lot of people were saying stuff about it. For the record, I don't really know a lot about it. I've never really known a lot about it because I just wasn't interested in it. I think it was proven quote-unquote fake. I guess it was just a test animation and not even, I don't know, shown on TV or something. And that some other big YouTuber made a video about it, so I'm not going to bother competing with him, so I'm not going to do a video about it. And that's pretty much Rehydrated in a nutshell for me. So, yeah. I think with that said, though...
We could probably do a few more questions, like one or two.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, what is it? Zach Ham says, I have one Neopets demo CD from the early 2000s, but I doubt it holds any value. Neopets is kind of in a like weird space right now. I don't know how big the fan base is anymore, but does it have like interesting stuff on it? Because I imagine a Neopets demo CD would probably be pretty cool. Amazing John is saying that his Mario Popco figure review will be released this summer, which I guess is only like a month from now or 2 months from now.
Noah Network said, anyone care for the Little Big Planet 2 plush set? I really don't do anything with PlayStation in regards to just about anything, so nah, it's not my...
I've thought of getting a Sackboy plush before, but I don't really... I think I've seen the plush set before, though, but I don't really have any thoughts on it. See, if they made a plush of the Sonic costumes, the DLC costumes for Little Big Planet, now then we'd be talking.
Yellow Dash was saying lost McDonald's toys. I think some people have given me McDonald's toy request videos, but I mean, I don't know. I'm only slightly interested in that, and it would require probably a lot of like effort that I would rather put towards like a cartoon pilot. So maybe like maybe sometime, but like definitely not anytime soon.
I know this isn't McDonald's, but it's Burger King with the Sonic Adventure.
Oh yeah, yeah. Those. Want to explain what those are, Mario?
So, pretty sure it was summer, 2015. One day on eBay, some guy just had all these like paper, like concept art of Burger King. They were gonna make Sonic Adventure toys back in like the late 90s and early 2000s. And
It was either going to be 1999 or 2000. Not sure which one though.
And the guy had concept art. I'm not sure where he found it from, but they're on Sonic Gear. You could view all of them. I think they're in like a PDF file, so you can just like go through it or whatever. But yeah, that's interesting that Burger King was gonna do a promotion with Sonic Adventure.
And then they never happened. And I imagine they didn't get past concept art.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate because there was going to be a Gamma in that set.
Just wondering, is that just a guess, or was there actual facts that?
Just a guess.
I
mean, maybe there's prototypes of a Burger King. Like, I don't remember what any of the toys actually were. They all had gimmicks to them.
Yeah.
I think it was Gamma like a light or something. He was going to be a flashlight.
Yeah, and he would move. There was like an Amy with a hammer. There was a Sonic on a skateboard. There was a Knuckles like chasing Eggman. And there was like another Sonic that had like, I don't know, like a rocket. Or he was like holding like a gun, I don't know, or a cannon. Yeah.
Maybe that was the...
I'm gonna check now.
That would be interesting though to really confirm whether or not. Because like, could you imagine if a Gamma prototype Burger King toy exists? Like that would be pretty cool.
Here, so the Amy was called Noisy Amy.
Yeah, I remember that.
Go Gamma Go, light up scope, metalistic beam, frog catching cat, light up rod, rocks. It's Big the Cat. Somersaulting snowboarding Sonic. This one is called. Yeah, that's one heck of a name. I can't really read this one. Turbo Prop Tails. Yeah. Tails. This is actually really interesting because it's I think Tornado 2 where like...
Wait, can you link that in the chat at all?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah,
like the
just
PDF or whatever.
Here, I'll put that. So we have the Tails that has like a little holder for Sonic, like when it was transforming. Knuckles goes for a spin. Yeah, this is the one where Knuckles is like chasing Eggman. I don't think this one has a name. Supersonic Sled. A lot of snowboarding stuff.
Maybe it was gonna be released during like the holidays.
Twisting.
Yeah, because Sonic Adventure came out in November, right?
Yeah, so, that's really weird because like you think about it, Rheosaurus and Toy Island. What? Rheosaurus skiing Sonic, Toy Island snowboarding Sonic. Like, yeah. I know. Like
snowboarding makes sense, and there's that skiing art of Sonic. So
yeah, Ice Cap. Here, I can't really read this one. It's another Knuckles. I can't read that one.
It's just
And
who
then
knows if those ever got to prototypes or anything.
Rip.
Maybe we'll never find out.
Or maybe we will.
Whoa.
Wow. So the last one is called Rip Roaring Robotnik.
Nice.
Yeah, and he's spinning, hitting a plastic Sonic. So there you go. That's the Burger King Sonic Adventure line.
All right. Is there like another question we could talk about or something?
Pinata Time said, I know it's a big thing to jump into, but what about Clockman?
Haven't we talked about this like many times?
The gist of what I want to say is like, I didn't get into SpongeBob Rehydrated. I didn't go anywhere near Clockman because that's such a big topic. I haven't been there for any amount of time, so it would be so hard to go back and really like just read about. And I know tons of other people on YouTube have videos on it. So I mean, I wouldn't do a video on it or anything. That's something I really have nothing to say about.
Huh. Yeah, pretty much same here. I would say, I would say, hey, there's a great video about it by Bedhead Bernie, but can't do that anymore.
I almost knew you were gonna bring that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we were actually gonna talk about him a little bit because I've talked to Bernie before. I worked with him on a day with SpongeBob, and he's in the Lost Media community. But I know that the Discord was pretty upset with what happened regarding his channel.
I think everyone is. Like I am. Bernie was one of my favorite YouTubers.
I mean, but what I'm saying is, like, I know that the Discord was they were kind of shutting down speculation. They didn't want people talking about it. So I guess just to point it out, since you brought it up, though, for some reason, Bedhead Bernie's channel was taken down. I guess he's looking into it, and we were going to talk about it, but I didn't want to because I knew that the Discord didn't want people like debating it. But that happened, and I was talking with Bernie about some cool things. So I hope he can kind of fix his channel because it'd be fun to work with him. But also,
he probably will be able to.
But also,
I imagine he will be able to.
He had like a really good fan base and lots of subs and good collabs with other YouTubers. I think he did one with George, right? Blame It on George.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that's something that I hope we can kind of fix.
Yeah.
Is that it though? I mean, it's. Because I mean, really, we could go for another hour on comments, but like.
Yeah, I don't know.
You want to go till like 9:30? 6 minutes?
Yeah, sure.
All right, we'll go till 9:30. So we had 6 more minutes.
All right.
I saw, just really quick, I saw, I'm probably going to ruin this name, Moawi that said E3 predictions. That's a pretty good topic. We haven't really talked about that ever. Since I think we're going to try and kind of do speed round comments now, and I'm sure E3 will be a big topic at some point. Oh, E3 is only like a month away, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow, wow. Okay. But just really quick for right now, I think they're going to do GameCube Virtual Console. They're going to do Metroid, Retro Studios, Fire Emblem Warriors, Animal Crossing Switch, and I would say those are at Smash Switch. Those are my big things.
Well, apparently there's a leak for a Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga DX.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
Oh
Someone
yeah.
On the eShop, right?
Yeah.
I'm not very excited about that or anything because, like, I don't really like those games.
If it was on Switch, that'd be different. But it's on 3DS, and I guess that's fine. But it's probably not going to be like that. Maybe it'll be like Dream Team and Paper Jam in terms of graphics. But
yeah, people were like,
it'll be cool at least.
Speculating that.
Well, actually, we know that Sonic Forces is going to be. Sonic Forces is going to be at E3, so that's going to make or break that game.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we better get a lot of info about it.
And that new character, whoa.
Yeah, that's going to be something. But I really hope that game's good. But
oh no, do we really need a new Sonic character?
Yeah,
I'd say so.
I'd be fine. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Blaisden Hutchins said it's only 7:23. What do you mean 6 minutes? It's always 7 Eastern time. So I mean we've been going for like 2 hours. Like I started at 7 p.m. my time, so I always put EST next to the time because it's Eastern time. That's what I'm basing it off of. So I guess unfortunately for you, yeah, you must live somewhere where the time is different. So I guess 7 p.m. for you is not the same as 7 p.m. for me. So we've been going for like 2.5 hours. Or maybe just 2 hours. Regardless, yeah, we're going to end soon. Samster619 said, did you know about astrology with Squidward bumpers on Nickelodeon. 2 of the shorts are lost. Yeah, I've done a little bit with astrology with Squidward. Once again, though, there's I think multiple videos on that already, so I'm not going to do a video on it. But I have talked about it a little bit before on Lost Media Wiki. There's not too much to say. I think there's some speculation on whether or not there are like how many shorts there are. The threads on Lost Media Wiki, I have to exactly refer to it, but I'm under the impression there's honestly more than just what we know, because I don't understand why you would do a series of because this is the thing, okay? Of the known ones that we have so far, I'm trying to remember what exactly the mystery was. We know there's we have like 6 out of the 8 found, okay, and like the last 2 or something, we know the characters or something. So people are like, okay, there's only like 8 or something, but like Gary and Sandy aren't in any of the ones that we know exist. So I say, well, why? Like Gary and Sandy are pretty big characters. Why would you not put them in some kind of segment like that? And considering there are 12 zodiac signs, it would make sense if there were 4 more that we don't know exist. I think there was also some discrepancy.
Yeah, I thought it was one for each zodiac sign. That's not confirmed. I thought
no, it's not.
I'm gonna say there's probably 14. There's probably 14 of them out there.
Wait, how many zodiac signs are there?
Are there 4? Didn't you say 14?
I said 12.
12. There's 12.
Yeah, but there's also some like stuff with plankton. I think like like we're missing Scorpio or something. People were like, "Oh, Scorpio was SpongeBob, not plankton or something." And then I said like, "Well, how can people say it like was SpongeBob?" Or there's some. I know there's some other kind of depth to it. I just don't remember what it is off the top of my head. But yeah, I'm not like that interested in it, but I know it exists. Oh, Spook the Beast said, "Can someone explain the Luigi toys?" You'll have to go back and watch it. I do plan on timestamping this whole stream with the topics, so you can check a comment either tonight or tomorrow. Check the comments, and I'll have a timestamp to the Luigi stuff. But essentially, it was just some stuff talking about how listings on eBay that say sold don't actually sell all the time, and they oftentimes get relisted, even though in the sold listings the really high priced stuff remains there, but it wasn't really paid for. So it's kind of a misunderstanding, misinterpretation that eBay is really at fault for. Oh, it's Moe. Oh, Moe. Okay. Well, for the future, I'll keep that in mind. Oh, and John was saying earlier, I think, LSSQ, remember my series called Figure Compare? I think I do, yeah. You had a lot of like LSSQ like copy series, I gotta say. I mean, I think John admits that. He admitted it, I think, at one point. Well, Brandon D's 55 said, "Hey, Pat Maxo, you should say hi to them."
Oh, hi, Brandon D's.
And with that said, I think we are going to end it because it's 9:30. So thanks for watching, guys. I mean, we could go on for another like I said, we could literally go for another like hour and stuff. But like I got
a Kirby video to make, and for it to come out tomorrow, and then I'll never release it.
Whoa, I gotta work on bootleg.
Well, that's never coming out. My video has a chance of coming out. Yours just isn't.
Lost Media.
Or it doesn't, I guess. Well, you should just release the script. Dude, publish the script. Sell it.
Leak the script. Yeah, free video.
Script. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. With that said, we're gonna have to end it because we could go on just forever. There probably will be longer streams in the summer, but we're not in the summer, so not tonight. But we do, like I said, record every week. We do this every week. So next week at 7 p.m. Eastern time on this channel, everything like this, we'll do it again. So with new topics and stuff. So thanks for watching. I'm LSuperSonicQ, and until the next video, which will be this week at some point, probably Thursday, Friday, Finn.